Hi everybody, welcome to what is officially going to be the kind of finale episode for my Mega Man X3 Let's Play. And you might be wondering right now, how come we're looking at me playing, we're looking at the first castle level, and you might also be wondering, you might not be able to hear me pressing the buttons on my Xbox One controller, because this is, of course, pre-recorded footage. Okay, so I ran into a lot of problems recording the finale of this Let's Play, and starting from the very fact that my very first attempt of trying to beat Sigma, the footage for that, I mean, it was a bit of a hodgepodge anyway, because I kept getting killed. Just getting to Kaiser Sigma, which is the final form of Sigma, was such a fucking endeavor. I just kept dying over and over again. So I had a bunch of like shorter little clips of this, and yeah, that was already a bit of a mess. So my idea was, okay, I got all of this footage. I'll just regroup, because you know the big mistake I did in the previous episodes. This is, by the way, this has been recorded like at least a good 3 weeks after that initial attempt of trying to finish off Mega Man X3. So I had a lot of practice. I realized like my big mistake was using up all the energy tanks in the lead up to the Sigma fight, or in the levels long before the Sigma fight, in fact. Because I kind of discovered that in the Sigma fight, and I guess it's going to be shown in this footage. I actually don't remember. It's been a while since I actually recorded this footage as well. So, spoiler alert, we will be seeing me defeat Kaiser Sigma, which is Sigma's final form. But what happened after that is that once you defeat Kaiser Sigma, there's one last little thing you have to do to escape. And it's basically what happens is lava comes from the bottom of the screen, and you can probably tell that I had a lot of practice on this first level alone. What I was getting at is that you're supposed to wall kick your way up a tunnel that keeps getting steadily tighter, and at the same time there's this vector graphic Sigma head that's bugging you as well. And it had been such a fucking long time since I had to do that part. Guess what ended up happening? I ended up getting killed at that part. And of course the Sigma fights, as they are in these like old Mega Man X games, if you lose on any of the various stages of the Sigma fight, I'm grinding against this guy trying to get my energy meter up before I go up against Bit and Bite. Of course, if you die in any of the Sigma fights, you have to start from the very beginning. So, and the first Sigma, oh god, like even the first stage of Sigma is such a fucking droning mess. And I was really under threat of having a similar situation happen with me in Mega Man X8. Luckily, as I'm recording this, I just recorded the finale of me beating the final boss in Mega Man X8 as well. So in the meantime, I've actually been playing I started the Mega Man X8 Let's Play because, first of all, just grinding to get those the sub-tanks filled up, that alone is just a fucking chore. I did find a good spot for it, and I was bitching and moaning about this arm cannon upgrade that I got. Eventually, I did learn that there are a lot of like good places, or places where you can use it. In fact, in the very final Sigma stage, it's actually very, very useful. Yeah, I think I lost this first fight because I kept getting fucked up. Yeah. But that's the thing with these final castle fights. Like, most of them are not so much difficult, but they require you to learn a very specific series of movements. And believe it or not, I was a little worried I wasn't gonna do it, because as you can see, I wasted like half of my weapon energy in the first part of the fight. But I do think I did beat Bit and Bite on the second try. Yeah. Okay, so I had all that hodgepodge footage of me fighting against Sigma originally. And then I had a bit of a situation with my Xbox One It turned out not to be as serious as I thought, but I kind of, unfortunately, well, I had my first experience with the black screen of death, which is basically when Microsoft's core services are down. The minute the Xbox connects to the internet, you just get a black screen. And I thought there was something wrong with my console. It turns out there wasn't. There was nothing wrong with my console. It was just, that's what happened. That's what happens when you get the black screen of death on the Xbox One. And the only fix is you have to wait for Microsoft Core Service to go up. I didn't know that. I fucking rebooted my whole fucking console, and I lost that footage of my first go at Sigma. Not that it was very good. I think I got up to Kaiser Sigma once and then immediately got killed. So, over the next couple of weeks, I had constant runs of trial and error, trying to go through here, and so, actually, the first half of this episode is me going through the first two castle levels again. But I think it cuts off just before we go to the Vile fight. So, like I said, I think I already said this. I don't know if I can remember anymore. But, we are gonna see me beat the two actual Sigma fights, but then, unfortunately, this episode and this whole series is going to end with me dying. And I think you can hear me get the sound effect, because I hadn't actually beaten X3 yet on the X Legacy Collection. I had beaten it on the Wii U. So I think you're going to hear me get the achievement for beating Kaiser Sigma. Possibly. I'm not sure. Maybe I had the notification sounds turned off, because it doesn't show the recording. It doesn't show the Xbox HUD messages in the recordings. I think I have that switched off, but we might hear the sound effect. I'm not sure. I haven't actually checked. So, I do love the because we lost all that recording, and I deleted all the original voice recordings of myself talking while playing. Because, you know, it wasn't going to match with what I was doing on screen, so, you know, there was no point keeping it. So, you'll get to hear my thoughts on what that final level... I love that final Sigma level, by the way. I mean, it's pretty short, like they usually are. It's just basically just a build-up, and, you know, maybe you could like, grind for power-ups, but honestly, the enemies just don't give you a lot of power-ups in that part. I even had a very desperate attempt of getting, like, at least one sub-tank filled up before the fight, in a vain hope that that would, like, tip the advantage. And that's the weird thing, like, that's the thing I discovered about Mega Man X8 as well, like, even the final boss fight that is hard, but it's not hard because it's not, like, impossibly hard. It's just that you have to learn that specific sequence of movement, and then you do need to have the correct weapon. In X8's case, you need Axel. In the later X games, X7 and 8, you need Axel for the fights. That's pretty much all it is. It's kind of funny how, in my mind, this part felt so much more, like, tedious and long. And then, like, you know, doing this Let's Play, this part actually stopped being so tedious and long. So, by the way, the point where I was actually grinding for power-ups when I got this arm cannon power, I'm not sure if anybody needs this information necessarily, but that part in Blizzard Buffalo's level that has those three mortar guys, just before you drop down to the first boss room, where you would potentially have, like, a bit bite situation. And yeah, I kept using Volt Catfish's weapon here because those things were coming down, and as you can see, I'm almost dead. Actually, we might actually see me go up against Vile one time, but I'm obviously not gonna last very long with that health. Yeah, I'm just glad at least the X8. So I started recording the X8 Let's Play at the same time, and I talked about it over on the X8 Let's Play. So I've recorded all except the finale episodes, very last part before this. So, and actually I might immediately after this, well, not immediately, but like very soon after this, I'm going to be recording my commentary for the end of the fight, because I basically decided that I was just going to pre-record and then talk over it, because, you know, when I get super concentrated, you might have noticed in the X8 series as well that I just don't say much. And that's not good Let's Play content. And also, alright, now it cut away, and this is what we did not see at the end. You did see me beat Doppler, but I ran out of footage, and unfortunately, I was supposed to do voice acting over this. But, as you can see, like the fucking idiot I am, I'm holding the button and the text is going way too fast. So you can probably pause that if you want to read it. Battle Body, yeah, that was the thing that kept cracking me up. Battle Body, like, Sigma's Battle Body. That sounds like such a dirty thing. It's not supposed to be, but it just sounds funny to me. And now it's gonna cut away, I think. Oh, yeah, we cut away. You do go back to the map. But the annoying part about these castle levels, again, and that was the thing that I discovered as well, is that you can save between the fortress levels, but it doesn't actually save your progress. So every single time I had to had another go at this final level, I had to play all the other levels as well. And this is really, I love this creepy music. This is really, really awesome. So yeah, this I'll go ahead and destroy the power generator. X, you go upstairs and destroy Sigma's body. Oh yeah, I'm gonna destroy his body, alright. So I just blast the wall and, okay, and I said, like, Zero does, like, diddly dick in the final fight, but he actually does, and I kind of regret not showing that, he does, if you survive the pit, he eventually shows up out of nowhere and kills, the Sigma virus. Alright, and here's Sigma. We meet again, X. It was easy to corrupt that fool Doppler. And I would have succeeded if it hadn't been for you meddling kids and that dog. But we are always destined to meet, aren't we, X? Let the eternal struggle begin! And he's using Captain America's shield, of course. In the first game, he had a lightsaber. In the second game, he had Wolverine's claws. Actually, the second, I probably say that, and now if I ever do an X2 Let's Play, I'm never gonna do an X2 Let's Play, forget about it. I do recall Sigma being really easy in that. Like, somehow I recall the Sigma fight in that just not being very difficult. And this is, I think this shield business is just interesting because it shows, like, for some reason the X series has just had this fascination of not just ripping off, like, Star Wars, but, like, just ripping off American culture in general. Okay, I don't remember if we have a cutaway here, or do I just go up against him again? Oh, just go up against him again. This part is a little bit annoying because these enemies are a bit hard to kill. But, like, this is where I discovered, this was officially the part where I discovered how useful this armor cannon upgrade is. It's just the fact that I had to completely re-adopt my, like, play style. And, yeah, I have a kind of a specific play style I use with most X games, so that's why I got a little heated under the collar, because it was cramping my style. But yeah, I had plenty of, like, practice runs of these castle levels, and that's why, so it's like getting up to this fight and discovering, well, I don't think I discovered, I think I just cheated and looked online that this weapon is the one that does the most damage to him, so that's why I learned how to use it. But the Let's Play that I mean, the walkthrough that I used insisted that you could, like, shoot at him while he's, like, while you're on the same wall as him, and that is, like, getting there without him, like, hitting you, like, accidentally touching him is, like, it's damn near impossible. I don't know how the hell that person thought you were supposed to pull that off. And luckily there's a little bit of a glitchy there with the fireballs that he shoots in the middle. But that was the other thing. When you're on the wall, above him, he'll just shoot back. And it's very, very easy to get hit by those fireballs by accident. So I discovered, like, the best method, in my opinion, is just going as high as you can, waiting for that first fireball to get all the way up there, jumping, and then air dashing upwards. I screwed that up there, as you can tell. So that's the other thing. Like, this is the thing. Like, you have to find a strategy where you can afford to fuck up maybe once or twice during the fight, and that it won't, like, ruin the boss fight. Because you see now, I'm almost halfway done. Now he starts throwing the shield, which messes up your rhythm if you don't if you jump at that point. You gotta resist the urge to jump until the shield is gone. And once it gets like really low, it actually starts doing like a figure 8, and that's even more like bullshit in my opinion. Yeah. And the thing is, I think Kaiser Sigma actually in the end is actually much easier. Yeah, you know, you see him doing the figure 8. Kaiser Sigma, in my opinion, is actually much easier to fight against because you can destroy his projectiles. I mean, yeah, he does a lot of damage. Like, all of his projectiles do, like, if not quarter, then at least 1/5 of your energy bar, like, gets taken away. It's almost, it's not nearly, okay. I really hope I did catch the dialogue here. I might have not, but if it does, I'll do the text reading. But we're getting very close to the end of the episode at this point. And I switched over back to the X-Buster. Well done, X, but I'm far stronger than my previous forms. Behold the power of the ultimate battle body! And there it comes. Those look like eyes, but it turns out it's like his robot nipples. And yes, it's called the Kaiser Sigma. I've checked. I don't know why it's called that because they don't actually call it that anywhere in the game. Maybe there's an enemy roll call at the end that I didn't see. But yeah, that's the thing. He takes up a lot of space. The only place where you can hit him where it does any damage is you have to hit him on the head. You have to hit him like slightly above his head as well. It's that kind of bullshit. This is basically just a Castlevania fight. Except, well, yeah, okay. In every game, you have to hit Sigma in the forehead, or generally in his like head region. I remember the one where he's like a giant face in X5. It's surprisingly not that difficult, but you do need. Okay, and there goes my first sub-tank. And I don't remember. I think we cut away at some point. I don't think I got the whole fight. Yeah. So as you can see, your area where you're allowed to stand is very, very limited by those things that are bouncing around, the rockets, and then the laser, the fucking gray laser or a grayish blue laser that he shoots. This is a really dumb boss fight, by the way. I have to be honest. This looks. But you can imagine my sphincter is taut during this part. I was sweating bullets over this whole thing, and then I had that other recording session where I finally managed to beat him. Oh, wait a minute, I don't remember if it's this. Yeah, it would have been honestly useful if I could have survived this fight with like one more sub-tank. Because the lava does a little bit of damage to you if you touch it, but it doesn't like auto-kill you. I think the reason I get killed in that final part is because I fell all the way to the bottom. I lost my wall jump, I got disoriented because I couldn't see my character, and then I died. I died. But yeah, it is bullshit in my view that you still... You have like the fucking hardest boss fight. Then you have this nonsense. And then you're still not safe. Like, I think that's just inexcusable. But, well, you know, I'm complaining about it now, but, you know, of course, as I mentioned, I do love this game because of the challenge, but fuck me, these fortress levels. Okay, I think that was a cutaway, so, this might not be the same session. I don't remember, honestly. It's been a while. But you can bet your ass I was really pissed off when... Okay, one more hit. Oh my god, I'm so... Yeah, no, it didn't record the sound effect of me, but at that moment I got the achievement for beating Kaiser Sigma. And I actually got the reward for beating the game, which is funny because I never got the ending. No, it can't be! He can't even defeat you with his magnificent body. There seems to be only one choice now. I'll possess you! Oh yeah, this is gonna be a thing in X5, which I'm really looking forward to. After that problems I had with X8 as well. I just really wanna, like, yeah, so this is the thing. And I should have, like, I did the air jump there, and now I think he's gonna, like, come at me Oh, I did have energy tank left. So how did I die in this part? Oh yeah, fell all the way to the bottom, and oh, there I died. I'm HANDE TheHande, and thank you for watching this Let's Play, and yeah, hopefully future Mega Man X Let's Plays will not be have such disappointing finales. So see you on the next one. Bye-bye.